Jersey Shore real estate experts. I was out showing property this weekend and had the opportunity to go into maybe 8 different condominiums throughout North Wildwood and Wildwood, smaller condominiums. And there's something that I would like to share with those folks that have their home listed for sale, or if you are considering listing your home for sale. There are a few things that you really need to do to prepare your house to be show ready. The first thing, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to have your place cleaned. It's got to be clean and it has to smell good. Now, when I say smell good, the smell should almost be somewhat neutral, if you will. I opened the door to a condominium and was completely overcome by the smell of air freshener. Now, my first thought is, what are we trying to hide with this big, massive smell of air freshener? It was a cute place, but it was really hard for my clients to think, if you will, because the air freshener smell was through the roof. So that place became a no for them. We went to another place that was extremely cluttered. It's okay for you to leave your personal things. I get it. It's okay if you leave pictures of yourselves or the grandkids or whatever. That's totally fine. But you guys, you really need to go through, clean things off the counter, make sure the counters are clean, organize some of your cabinets, declutter. Because when you don't declutter, it's really hard for someone to envision adding their stuff to your stuff. You don't have to, like I said, strip your place, depersonalize. That's not the end of the world, but you just need to declutter, because the recurring theme for my folks was, oh, there's not enough storage. And the places that did have clever storage, the places that did have thoughtful ideas, the places that were well organized, they were the homes that seemed to be just more pleasing to not just my clients, but I think to buyers in general. I think when you have a tight living space or tight bedrooms, you don't need to have TVs on a console. Things need to be wall mounted, things need to be flat. Again, try to think about storage space for people. A lot of these places don't necessarily have exterior storage, and if they don't, what can someone do with their stuff? And is there a creative way that we can find a way that someone can do something with their things? So again, decluttering is really important. Making your place not be stinky is really important. We went into one place that, quite frankly, was 2 thumbs down within seconds, because as soon as we opened the front door, not only did it smell heavily of cigarette smoke, the place was just full of things from top to bottom. Big furniture, just things all over the wall, just stuff everywhere. Very difficult for my clients to feel that space for themselves. And interestingly enough, my clients are firemen, well, firemen and fire lady. And so a place that smells like cigarette smoke was just really a big turnoff for them. I think it's really important if your place can be clean. It's not expensive to have your home be clean. It's not expensive for your home to be decluttered. We found places that have solid flooring surfaces to be very pleasing. Here at the shore, sand gets into everything, and even though people will perhaps wipe their feet off or hose off with outside shower before they come into their condo or come into their place, sand gets into everything. And I can speak from experience having Berber carpet at the shore, which is what you'll see when you see dark carpet that was cream or white at one point and now it's very dark. That dark is actually sand in the carpet. So I find, and my clients are finding, that places that have some kind of solid surface flooring seem very appealing because it's very easy to clean. It's very easy to keep sand free. Even in the bedrooms, if you can have solid surface flooring, whether that be a linoleum or a luxury vinyl tile or a true tile, there's all kinds of products out there at all different price points that can certainly fit the bill for this, that are a true upgrade from carpet. The other thing that I think clients are looking for is a paint that's easy on the eye. We went into some places that had some really bright colors, certainly beachy, certainly fun. They were rental properties, so they kind of had a theme to them. That was a little bit much for my buyers to absorb, although my folks do understand paint is something that we can get in a can from a lot of various sources. That is something that we can easily make go away. So they are open to painting, obviously. But again, I think trying to keep easy things, keeping your place clean, keeping your place decluttered, keeping your place smell free are the most important things I think that really help buyers feel comfortable when they're viewing homes. Something else I'd highly recommend if your place is on the market for sale or considering selling, please make sure that your vents are cleaned, clean your air filters, and make sure that those vents are cleaned. You can easily take a hand vacuum or a Swifter or something, just give them a good wipe down. The appearance of that being clean makes someone feel like the place is being maintained. When buyers see dirt and see things dirty, it makes them think what else is not being cared for from a maintenance perspective. perspective, and that really causes people cause to worry, cause for concern. There was a report that was recently done that talked about some of the greater returns on investment versus costs in 2024 for folks that were considering selling their homes and improvements that they had made. Traditionally, we always say kitchens and baths, kitchens and baths. People do like to have updated kitchens and bathrooms. Obviously, modern amenities are very nice, but very interestingly in this particular study, as it looked at return on investment versus cost, installing new garage doors was the highest return on investment, bringing homeowners a 194% return on investment for installing a replacement garage door. The other thing that was a big return on investment was replacing your front door, your steel door, that had a 188% return on investment. So those are really big returns on investments. I think a lot of times garage doors, when houses look old, that can just make the whole house look old. Something else that I thought was kind of interesting, another big return on investment was installing a manufactured stone veneer on the front of your home. That had 153% return. So I feel like it's all that same sort of theme of just refreshing the front, adding new garage door, adding new front door, adding stone veneer. I would also highly recommend to you probably get some new light fixtures, and maybe you even get a new house number and a new mailbox, and that'll really be a great way to jazz your front. But again, it looked like the garage door, the replacement door for the front, and putting some stone exterior really seemed to be massive returns on investment for folks that are considering making improvements. Then from there, it talked about making a grand entrance, a big upscale entrance. Talks about across kitchen remodeling was a 96% return on investment. Siding replacement, going to like a hardy board, a fiber cement style siding, which is a really great product from an insulation perspective. I've had the fortune of living in some homes that have hardy board. It's a really great product. That had an 88% return on investment, investing in hardy board for new siding for your house. That sort of goes into the theme of those exterior improvements of jazzing up the front and giving the front of your home a fresh look. I think people during COVID did a lot of interior renovations. A lot of people did backsplashes. A lot of people upgraded their kitchen counters. A lot of folks did flooring that I talked about before. A lot of people had their cabinets refaced or had their cabinets painted, updated their knobs and their pulls. But I think that a lot of the exterior was for no reason other than probably it's a pretty big expense. Adding a deck was also giving you a good return on investment at 83%. Bathroom remodel was at 74%. And adding a composite deck, a wood deck had an 83% return on investment, and a composite deck only had a 68% return on investment. I found that to be curious why the composite deck had a lesser return on investment. I have a feeling that the composite deck is maybe a lot more expensive than wood to begin with. I can tell you composite decks can sometimes get hot, so you want to be a little bit cautious about that when you're using a composite product. But anyway, just talking about making improvements, this is the time of the year that people are considering improvements for their home, for their own enjoyment, or they're saying maybe there's some things that we should be doing to improve our home before we put it on the market for sale. If you're considering selling your home, it is really a great time to sit down with a real estate professional in your local market and have a conversation with them, help them tell you what's happening trending wise, who your competition is, what that competition looks like. You don't want to necessarily over improve your home if you don't need to. There could be some very simple things that you need to do. Like I said, a yard cleanup, a little bit of freshening up, maybe a new mailbox, maybe a new house number, cleaning the inside, decluttering the inside. Some simple things can really get your house ready for the spring or really for showing at any time. You don't necessarily have to spend a lot of money, but if you're considering doing so, I would suggest you reference the graphic that I was just talking about. Take a peek at that. And again, I would really consider speaking to a real estate professional in your area. I hope that you find this helpful. This is Helen Ann from the Jersey Shore Real Estate Experts. Follow us here at Just Living at the Jersey Shore. Like, click, subscribe, all that great stuff. We're here to provide you with great content, and we hope that you find this information valuable. Give us a call if you have any questions.